Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking through the TBR for my book club, which is starting in January, which is called What the Book Club Read. I will put the announcement video up here so that you can see what we're doing, but basically we're going to be reading Margaret Atwood's entire fiction backlist, all of her novels, in publication order over the next 18 months. It's a project I'm really excited for. It's something I would have done anyway, just on my own, but when I mentioned it on Twitter, a few people said they were up for it, so I have created What the Book Club Read, named by my husband. So I will link the Twitter in the description. A few people mentioned that they want to follow along, but they don't have Twitter. That's totally fine. I'll also be using the hashtag What the Book Club Read on Twitter, on Instagram, to discuss it there, and then also any videos that are titled What the Book Club Read, you can also leave comments here and I will find them all and put them all together. So this is the TBR for the first 4 months of 2020. So I thought, because a lot of people don't seem to have read like Atwood's earlier novels, so I thought I would just talk through each of them. I'll read a bit of the back. I will also leave a link in the description to the Wikipedia page for each book, but obviously be careful how much you want to read of that, because obviously it will give the whole synopsis. But yeah, I just thought I'd talk through them. These are the first 4. I've got the first 2 in these really lovely editions, and then these 2 are just older editions that I've got, but that's fine. Yeah, so I thought we'd just talk it through. So in January we're going to be reading The Edible Woman. This is Atwood's first published novel, and I've got my notes just here so you can see me looking. That's what I'm looking at. It's published in 1969. And it is a feminist literary fiction work. One thing I've said in the announcement video for this is that Atwood to me is a lot like Stephen King, not in the stuff that they write, because they are quite different, very different, but they both write across genres and styles. So if you find one Atwood that you didn't like, it's very, very likely there will be another one that you will enjoy. And what I would say of these 4, these aren't my favourite Atwoods. I haven't read them for a good 15 years though, so I'm excited to go back and reread them as the reader I am now, because I first read them in my late teens and early 20s. So yeah, I would say, like, of the ones that we're going to be reading, these aren't particularly ones that I'm excited to get, like the ones I'm looking forward to the most. Those would be ones like Alias Grace, which is historical fiction, the Mad Adam trilogy, which actually you can see one of there, which is a sci-fi trilogy. Her early work is very of its time, and it's very literary fiction, but please don't be put off by that. If you don't like these ones, that's totally cool. You can just join in as we get further in. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to put that little disclaimer on. So this one, The Edible Woman, as I said, is a feminist literary fiction. This edition is 200 and something pages. Oh no, sorry, 354 pages. And what I'll do is I'll just read a bit of the back so that you can get a feel for it. Clara, she said, "Do you think I'm normal? I'd say you're almost abnormally normal, if you know what I mean. Marion is determinedly ordinary, waiting to get married. She likes her work, her broody flatmate, and her sober fiancé Peter. All goes well at first, but Marion has reckoned without an inner self that wants something more, that calmly sabotages her careful plans, her stable routine, and her digestion. Marriage, a la mode, Marion discovers, is something she literally can't stomach." So yeah, obviously I know what that's alluding to, and actually rereading the back of this is actually making me excited to get back to this. So yeah, that is the book for January. So that's The Edible Woman. Then in February we're going to be reading Surfacing, which was written in 1972, or published in 1972. Isn't this the most beautiful colour? I love this cover. I think it's my favourite of the ones I've collected so far. This is a mystery. It was also made into a 1981 film, which actually I haven't watched, but if I can find it in February, I will also be watching this after I've read the book. So again, the back. "I feel it will be different if I look myself. Probably when we get there, my father will have returned from wherever he has been. He will be sitting in the cabin waiting for us. A young woman returns to northern Quebec, to the remote island of her childhood, with her lover and her 2 friends to investigate the mysterious disappearance of her father. Flooded with memories, she begins to realise that going home means entering not only another place, but another time. As the wild island exerts its elemental hold, and she is submerged in the language of the wilderness, she sees that what she is really looking for is her own past." So this is a nice short Atwood. I think this edition's 251 pages, so it's not very long. And yeah, I'm looking forward to this one in February. And then in March we are reading Lady Oracle, and of the 4 that we're reading in the first quarter of the year, I think this is the one that I'm most looking forward to. It's the one I remember best. I do love this cover. It's not obviously in the editions that I'm collecting, but there's just something really fun about it. And you can see I've read this book a lot because that's fine. I'm so bad with books. So Lady Oracle was published in 1976. It's a parody of Gothic romances and fairy tales, and I think that's probably why I'm looking forward to it the most. It's one of my, to me, it's like one of Atwood's most playful novels, and yeah, I'm really looking forward to getting back into this. My edition, how big are you? 345 pages, so it's not huge, and the back reads as follows. From fat girl to thin, from red hair to mud brown, from London to Toronto, from Polish count to radical husband, from writer of romances to distinguished poet, Joan Foster is utterly confused by her life of multiple identities. She decides to escape to an Italian seaside resort to take stock of her life, but first she must plan her death. So yeah, I think I've said I'm looking forward to all of these now, but this one is going to be a good one, I think. And I think it's one of those that it'll be interesting to discuss as well and see what other people make of it. So yeah, that's March's book. And then in April, we are reading Life Before Man, which was published in 1979. And it's a multiple perspective novel, I think, about marriage. We'll get to that in a second. It's got a love triangle in it, that's for sure. And this edition is 310 pages, so like none of these are huge. There are a couple of really big Atwoods, one of which you can see there is The Blind Assassin. Alias Grace is also pretty chunky, I think. Anyway, this one says on the back, Life Before Man explores the lives of three people imprisoned by the walls of their own construction and enthralled to the tragicomedy we call love. Elizabeth, with her controlled sensuality and suppressed rage, why can't I say that word, has just lost her latest lover to suicide. Nate, her gentle, indecisive husband, is planning to leave her for Leslie, a perennial innocent who prefers dinosaurs to men. Hanging over them all is the ghost of Elizabeth's dead lover and the dizzying threat of three lives careening inevitably towards the same climax. So yeah, it's quite a mixture of stuff here. And yeah, I'm really excited to kind of chat with whoever feels like joining in about these books. This is what I will be reading January, February, March and April. Like I said in the announcement video, it'll be my first read of the month, and I'll be active on the Twitter during that week, and also hopefully throughout the month, just having a chat with everybody and seeing what they think. If you are decided to join in, please leave me a comment somewhere, Twitter, Instagram, or on here with your rating, because I want to collate those all together so that I can put it in the wrap-up. The wrap-up will be coming at the end of April. It'll be a wrap-up and a TBR for the next 4 months. And yeah, let me know if you're going to join in. I was really surprised and happy with the reaction that the announcement video got, so hopefully now that you guys know a bit more about the books, you'll want to join in. Leave me a comment if you are. Like I said, if you don't want to join in with these books but you want to join in with later ones, that's totally cool. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Thanks guys, bye!